Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the blog. Actually I'm here in Cologne, Germany, to scout on the FIBO, the largest health and fitness exhibition in the world. So I'm going to spend tomorrow, the day after, and one more day over there to sort of look for all sorts of new stuff and potential goods that can help further in getting the ABR techniques. But actually what I wanted to talk about today is a rather short but very important topic. I would call it like this: the facilitation of self-healing versus the illusion of the therapy, right? Self-healing versus the therapy. Okay, to cut the story short, 2 days ago, so today is April 2nd, or so it was March 31st, I was getting myself a breakfast. So, and since the French baguette, I eat it along, right, not across. So and I love the one with the good crust. So basically, I was getting the knife over it, and then my thoughts wandered, and then, bang! I chopped my finger, cut it quite badly with this special jagged bread knife, and it was bleeding. Probably, I cut myself like 4 or 5 millimeters, I'll say probably a quarter of an inch. It was bleeding quite profusely, so it happened 2 days ago. So it took probably 20 minutes before the bleeding stopped. So anyway, actually what we are going to discuss is the process of my finger healing as the example of actually putting looking from it from 2 different perspectives: therapy versus the facilitated self-healing. So we're going to have a look at my finger now, right? So, and actually, for the thing which has been cut just 2 days ago, it has shown quite an amazing healing capacity. Let's have a look. Bringing it where there is more light, and you can see that for the thing that has been cut just 2 days ago, it's doing pretty well. Well, oops. It's healing. There's no real signs of inflammation. So, what is it? Just now it's 2 p.m. So probably it's 48, let's say 50 hours. 50 hours of healing, and you can see that that's been doing pretty well, right? So now the key question is, what did I do? So what did I invent? Some magic therapy for healing the cut fingers and the wounds in general, or has been something else which facilitated with the perspective? What are we looking at, right? Are we facilitating the self-healing, or are we actually being a lot more impudent, or a lot more sort of self-serving and self-praising and saying, oh, I invented the therapy? Got it. Okay, so what did I actually do? So first of all, a small remark in the background. I used our own product, right? So the one that I'm still getting to get into the promotion. This is our BioEQ gel, which actually facilitates the interstitial flow and therefore contributes to the healing process itself. But of course, being the mechanical person, I have made some mechanical contributions. Okay, mechanical contributions there. So what we're taking the rubber band. Well, by right, in the early phases I've used some gauze, the cotton gauze, just to get it on. And then we do this. So that's the rubber band over my finger. This is a wonderful Wonderful. Loud. This is the wonderful rubber stick. Well, it's quite dense, but this is the lightest version. Also from TheraBand, called Flex Bar, for people who want to practice their strength building. But as always, that's the viscoelastic material. So basically, we're going to go into the ABR contribution. So what we're going to do? We're going to do this. And so just going to get a little bang. Well, if you ask me if it works, well, to a certain extent it does, of course, especially when it was a fresh wound, it was hurting more, but you know. So you see, especially in the beginning, I was just doing it on the other side, right? So you see the wound is on the side of my finger. I was doing it on the inside, and then on the top side. But, so what we're looking for, we want to seconds. I'll probably will limit ourselves to about a minute of this banging. Well, a little bit more. Here we go. Now it's nice and warm. We unlock my finger. Ooh. Okay. So let's have a look what happened. Well, I don't know whether the color makes the justice, but you can see there is a little bit of oozing coming through it, but that's not really what's important. The important thing that the entire finger around it is evenly sort of pinkish and warm, and having the smooth distribution of flow through. So basically, what I'm looking for here, I'm looking for a very simple thing, that if I look at the healing part, right, what I want to facilitate the volumetric connections. Because what happens is that surface connections, they occur faster. But as the surface connections which occur faster, they kind of glue together, then the recovery of the deep volumetric connections is much slowed down. So my goal is to bring the mechanical stimulation to the entire thing, which would be comparable in intensity with the current situation, right? And to basically activate the volumetric flow. Okay? So let's continue the conversation. So first of all, just to make it clear, right? I'm not teaching you any methods of wound healing here, right? So I'm just basically demonstrating how I'm doing it myself, because and even less so, I'm inviting you to do this kind of banging on the kids, right? But what? My point is different, right? So this is just, it's painful and kind of, you need to wrap it around and whatever. I don't want any medical discussion here. So, but what I actually want to bring here, right, is this important point. The fact is that obviously the healing process, the recovery, the fact that the recovery of the wound in my finger is happening much faster. Well, actually I have to apply our gel on it, right? So it's actually, I've tested the gel before separately. It was probably a few months ago. Because normally I've always used this banging method But the other day, I actually was warming up the pancakes and enthusiastically taking out of them all the oven. I burned. Actually, probably it's the same thing. It's always the same thing which gets, some damage. So it was further down here. So and then I used the gel purely without any banging. I mean, it took longer than with the banging, but it was remarkably fast. I must say that it actually, when it was a fresh burn, it was within a day. That actually it was really alleviated, and within 3-4 days, it was pretty good. So anyway, getting back to the thing and the big questions. So the big question is, what's happening? Have I invented a therapy for wound healing?